This past Monday on Raw, the way that it started, we thought we might be seeing, this, which is something we've seen before. Many years ago, I get it, things have changed, so it might be a little bit more refreshing. I must say, the opening segment of Monday Night Raw was actually fantastic because, clearly WWE has been listening to, the IWC, as they call it, the Internet Wrestling Community. And this was probably a backup plan in terms of the way the episode went. It was pretty obvious that if things don't go according to plan with Braun Breaker, that they would pivot and this would be a potential matchup. And I can understand the appeal, two big names, and even though there really isn't a story, by having Seth attack Heyman, it does kind of set up a way to make this work. However, what the fans actually wanted is what we have officially now gotten, because now we got this. We got this. And the way that this played out with the whole swerve that they had, that was fantastic. This is what the fans have wanted to see. We've been seeing this since Royal Rumble, that fans have been chanting in arenas. And even though I think the Open Challenge was just a way to kind of buy WWE some time while they figure out what their actual plans are, this always seemed like the way to go. I guess the only thing with that is, will they make sure that Oba goes over? And I think this is a big deal because the way I see it is Brock doesn't just put over anybody. He will only put over those guys that he truly believes are going to be next level superstars. And Oba Femi, with this matchup, if he gets put over by Brock, is becoming into that elite class already just by having this match. So if you watch Raw closely, you will even see this play out because Brock basically tells Oba to put his foot on him. Brock sold it. So he made facial expressions. He took the bumps. We haven't seen Lesnar have anything like that happen to him ever. Really, I can't think of any guy that's done that to him. And let's be honest, man, the ruler is actually freaking awesome. He's massive. He's likable. He's a great character. And clearly Lesnar sees potential here. So we get this matchup and you can't go wrong. It is an absolute banger that's going to be there. And I'm assuming he'll be on the Saturday night. I won't be surprised if it's even the opener for Saturday night, because we've seen in the past Brock usually he's done this before where he'll have a match right at the first match of WrestleMania, comes in for the match and he flies out and leaves and goes back home. So by the time Mania actually ends for that night, Lesnar's already back home probably. So it's quite possible, but either way, this was a big storyline. It was very exciting to see. It will be interesting now based on all this. It's pretty safe to assume that Braun most likely will be healthy in time for Mania, because even during the episode of Raw, if you haven't seen it, it was actually a pretty good episode. There was Heyman talking to Theory and Paul about that they're gonna go after Seth and all that, and Heyman's like, no, you guys need to go after the gold. So their whole thing is they need to go after Jimmy and Jay for the tag team titles, and that's kind of what we expect to see at Mania, that turns into a match, which leaves open the idea of Seth and Braun having their match. And so now, with everything kind of looking directionless for a while there, now we're actually seeing some stuff starting to take shape, right? Because you got the two heavyweight championship matches, Roman and Punk. The promo wasn't as strong as the past weeks were, so, that's still a match. And then the whole heel thing with Randy and Cody, that, changes that feud a lot. You're going to see Drew, Jacob. Now you got Oba, Brock. You got the women's titles. You're going to have probably Seth and Braun. Now it's starting to look like, the matches are starting to fill up, that we might actually see a very, very good card. And even 2 weeks ago, that didn't even seem like it's a case. The way things were going, it was like, that's not going to happen. I'm also assuming, Dom and Finn might be the demon for that, just to kind of get the pop and the reaction in the arena, the stadium crowd thing. I can see that happening too. So either way, I think we're in for a treat, because we're starting to see things take shape. There's a few other outlying issues that we still don't know what's going on with. and I'll address that in a separate video. But I think at this point, this is a great start. The start of Raw, besides the stupid masked men piece, which I don't understand, the rest of that segment was awesome because it kind of was out of nowhere. And let's see how the build is leading up to it, because Brock still has more appearances. The way I thought it was going to go was that Brock had this open challenge that every week some jobber would come out and Brock would just destroy him. And then eventually that week before the last Raw that Brock is on, that's when Oba would show up. But instead, they've obviously kiboshed all that and have gone to this already. So now probably Brock will get the upper hand next week, the week after maybe Oba. So it's going to go back and forth for a little bit. And I also hope there's no interference, that just let these two giants have it out and let's see where it ends up. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more content.